So Canva had just launched its animation feature, so you can run 2D animations. You can create 2D animations with Canva as a video. You can just design a 2D animation as a video and export it from Canva and share it with your friends or on your social media handles. So it's one of their features that they've just uncovered, which you can easily use to create 2D animations fantastically. To start with, all you need is just to go to your Canva account. If you don't have an account, you can go ahead and check in the description. I'll put in the link so you can just click it and create an account with it. I've made a complete video on how to use Canva for complete beginners. I will link it up in the description also. But then if you are not a newbie, someone who is interested in using Canva to optimize or to enhance his experience in graphics design, then follow up to this tutorial because it's very easy to follow and understand. So to start with, you can just come to videos over here, okay, and you can just click. For this tutorial, I want us to start creating simple videos, okay, from scratch. We are not going to use any template. We are going to create a video from scratch. So all you need is to start by selecting, coming to elements. Okay, so let us start by adding a particular element, okay, so and see how we can animate it to different kind of movement order. So let's come to element over here and just search for butterfly, and we can come to graphics over here and we can see a range of different kind of butterflies. For a free Canva account, you can try free element. So let's say we drag and drop this into the canvas and then we try to resize it to something like this, and we can try to rotate it a little bit so it moves to the sideways. So to include some animation or movement to this, we can come to animate over here and we can see different kind of basic animations. These are the ones that we're used to before, okay, like the pop-up, like the rise and the disseminate, then the baseline and the tumble. You can see this one as you hover over any, you can see the effect on the butterfly, like the scrapbook and the stomp. You can see these ones are pretty much the usual one, but now Canva has created the animation option over here at the top. So once you click on this, you have the option to select and drag an element around the canvas to create your animation. So the tip is, if you hold down the shift key, you can go on a straight line, scroll the speed of your animation by moving the elements faster or slower. If you want to control the speed, you have to move either faster or slower. But as you move around like this, that's how you can define the path in the animation or in the movement. So stop dragging the element to complete the animation. These are just the three steps, three things you should pay attention to. So at any given point, if you drag this butterfly and move it across something like this, if you move it slowly, it's going to go slowly. If you move it faster, it's going to go faster out of the whole thing. So when you stop, you can see the preview. This is how it is, and at the end it moves a bit faster. Now you can control the movement styles from here. Right now it's set to original. You can go to smooth if you want to smoothen it. As you can see, the preview, it is smoothened. And if you want to go to steady, you can go to steady as well, and you can go just like that. And if you want, you can enable the element to path, orient elements to path, which you can do by just enabling this. You can see how it is moving. It is properly following the path as it is defined through your way. And then the speed, you can, sometimes I prefer to disable this because I like it to go in a smooth form. And the speed, you can increase or decrease the speed from here. As you increase, the speed increases. As you can see, it is now moving faster, and as you decrease, the speed also equally decreases accordingly in the butterfly. Now you have the option to click on done if you are done with the animation, or if you want to delete this particular part and design or put in another path, you can do that also from here. Okay, so you can delete the path and you can reanimate it to another defined path. So let's say we have accepted this and everything, okay, and then we want to try something different. For example, we can come over here and say plain, and still with the graphics, I can select this one. I can bring it in. We can just a little bit rotate it. We can rotate it this way, and then we can bring it up here. Let's try to reduce the size a little bit. Okay, bring it up here. You could play around with the other features, like you can edit the image, you can change the coloration from here and do a lot of changing with regards to positioning and opacity and all that. But for this tutorial, what we are after is the animation. So you can just click on animate and you can come to create an animation over here, and you can drag, and this time around you can hold the shift key so it moves on a straight line. You can see, yeah. So once you release, you can see it is moving on a very straight line, which is okay. But to me, I don't like it like this. Let's say we delete the path and redefine another path to it. Select it again, and then let's say, because the plane is supposed to move diagonally, something like this. Yeah, this is the root. Yeah, something like this, and up to move out of the canvas. So then we can play with the speed. Okay, let's say it moves a bit faster. So let's say this is done, and once you play on this, you can be able to see now you have the plane moving and the butterfly as well moving within the canvas. So this is a video you've created. You can do that with many different kind of elements. You can just, all you need is just to come back here and you can start looking. For example, let's say something like that flies, something like a bee that flies. So let's say we take on one bee and see how we can bring it in. So for example, this one, let's say we're taking this, okay, bring it in, and we try to minimize it or reduce the sizing and bring it at the top here. Let's reduce the sizing, and then let's define its movement by coming to animation, and you can see create animation over here, and you try to move it a bit faster this way, and it moves out. So you can see the pattern. Yeah, I think this is fantastic. So this is the first way if you want to create a simple animation. If you want to create more sophisticated animation, you can come to the next one. For example, you come here and say you want to try to create something like a classroom. You can search for a classroom. For example, you can see multiple classrooms over here, and you can choose any one. Let's say we choose something that is a bit simpler. This is Pro. We'll go with something like this, okay, and just drag and drop. So this is a classroom. So let's have a teacher coming in. So it's up to you, it's up to your creativity. Let's have a teacher coming in. So let's say we have a teacher. Let's have a teacher come in. So this is this teacher. Okay, you can drag and drop it. So if you like, you can put the animation. The teacher will come from this side into the class. So you can decide to say animate, okay, but not animate at this point because we may want to move the teacher away first. Select the image, move it to the edge over here, and then we can come to click on this, start the animation. So we can drag the teacher in, okay, to here. So you can see the teacher now quickly comes in, and then we want to bring in students from this side. So we can go ahead and duplicate this, come to this same slide, come to these three dots and say duplicate the slide, but then select, and this time around we don't want the teacher to move, we want her to stay in one place. So we can just come to custom and then delete the path. Okay, let's bring her in and stop here. So let's say we want to add some students coming from this side of the class. So we can come over here and search for students, and you can see them, different kind of students, but we don't graphics. So we can see some graphics. Let's say we want to take just these three because they are free. So we just drag and drop them. So these three students now come in. So we want to put in some animations to them. All you need is to select them, take them to the edge because we want them to come in from this side. Okay, so assuming we want the students to come in from here, so we can just select them, come to animate, and then we can come to create animation, and then we can come over and do like this till they come in and they stop here. Okay, so you can see the way they come in. So if we want to play this from the beginning, maybe from here. Okay, so let's start playing from the beginning and let's see the effect it's going to have. You can see this is the first animation we've created, and then this is the teacher now coming into the class at the second slide, and then the students now coming from the other side of the class. Okay, I think this is kind of fantastic and nice. So it all boils down to your creativity. Please go ahead and see how you can use it, apply it with your own creativity, and see how you can create some fantastic animations to yourself. But the whole idea is to know that now we have the animation feature and we have a bunch of things that we can use it for. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.